So we just got the big 10-year reveal, and it's greater than we could ever imagine. There are a few points I want to hit, but first and foremost, who are your remaining 3 LR guesses for the part 2 of this celebration? I'm going to get into mine, and if I get enough of these, or enough guesses, I might make a video just going over them to build hype. You know, the countdown's coming, going over them, saying like, yes, I think this is coming, no, I don't think it would happen. Something like that. I think it'd be fun. But we're going to start off with this picture because I think it frames the celebration perfectly. Obviously, it is the theme of the celebration. And in this case, we understand that the Dokkan Festival has to be a fusion, and the Carnival will be from either a family character, either being Goku family or Vegeta family, I imagine, or a rival, in this case, Piccolo. I guess the Earthlings like Tien Shinhan could count. You know, these are just some like way off guesses, but Son Gohan, of course, is the big one. Gohan is the character I could see most showing up, but we'll continue down that road in a moment. Just as a quick update post, we have Frost here giving a update on the highest grossing months ever worldwide for Dokkan. And as you can see here, they're pretty familiar characters. Super Saiyan 4, Goku, UI Goku, and Gogeta Blue, with, of course, the Vegito as the alternate, the Vegeta, and then the Vegeta here. Really does make you think when we finally pass over to our actual expected characters, which are an Evolution Blue Vegeta, a Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and a Vegito. It's looking kind of familiar. So we're presented with this huge screen where we can sort of just paint whatever we want on top of it. A lot of notable characters, some realistic, some not, and there are some people already starting to fill in the blanks here. Of course, we have these 3 big name characters, a probably unit attack Goku, and an exchange Vegito who looks to be very, very interesting if he can both exchange into Vegeta and fuse. A mechanic similar or reminiscent of the Buu duo in actual Dokkan, or not Dokkan, Dragon Ball Legends. So, cool stuff. First impression, I think they really killed it with the art. I can't really name a bad one here. If I was to pick the least interesting, it's probably this one just because of its background, but these are all really stellar. Here we have the Truth talking about his guesses for the Part 2 LRs, and mine are pretty similar. I'm pretty sure I brought up that it was Super Gogeta, because Blue Gogeta feels completely off the mark. I mean, they could do it again, but I just don't think it's even possible. I think if we get a blue anything, it's Vegito. Carnival, Kid Goku. I said in the first reveal that I think, maybe it was just in the comment section, someone was bringing up that like I was kind of poking fun at Dragon Ball being like assertion that they made after rather than a main thing like the rest of them. But I said, and I am consistent in that I think if they ever do Dragon Ball, it's right now. If it's LR Kid Goku, it's right now. It's unfortunate for people who really are die-hard Kid Goku fans, but it's very clear that Amatsu and Akatsuki and the devs and the team up at Bamco, the people who just want to make the most money possible, they don't see Kid Goku as a big ticket earner, but he can be if he's also on the same, you know, banner, the same Carnival banner as, you know, something else that is equally big, you know what I mean? So as far as the Dokkan Festival Carnival situation, by the way, I think they said, and it's information I could find, maybe they'll specify later down the line, but I think they did specify that it will still be a Dokkan Fest and then a Carnival banner, which might mean that both carnivals exist on the same banner. Is it possible that it's a dual carnival? If it's a dual carnival, it's, my logic might go out the window that I usually talk about when it comes to like, should you pull DFE? Should you pull Carnival? Should you pull for multiple characters? Should you pull for one? If it is dual Carnival, it's probably pull on the Carnival because you have the greatest odds of cashing out, but I guess we'll see when we see the kits. There's basically no way they make a GT. So the big thing is if they make a GT, like, you know, they do the GT EZA, they do this big ticket Goku here. There's basically no way that team doesn't work because he's fixing the link problem. and then he'll probably lead 2 teams, maybe GT and like transformation boost or something. You know, maybe another transformation boost character. But either way, full power. Oh yeah, he could do Carnival, full power, Carnival, GT, and that would look great. And I think it would hit a lot of characters like Broly and such. But yes, I think if it's double Carnival, we might need to start having the talk of like, do we pull for this? Do we pull for that? And because 2 characters is 2 cash outs is certainly better than 1, but we'll just have to see what rates look like. That said, yeah, I think this looks the most realistic if you're a big Kid Goku fan. This is the time to do it. There is no other time to do it. I'm not saying OG Dragon Ball is not hype. I promise you, because I am a Namek fan and a Cell Saga fan, and they will not release another Cell, and they will not release another Super Saiyan Goku from the Namek Saga, it seems like. So don't blame me. I promise you I'm on board. I promise you. But it is what it is. They clearly don't think it's hype enough, so it is what it is. So this is someone else's overview of what we could be seeing. Things like the Kid Goku, like I said. Things like these easy A's, which makes sense, Saiyan Saga here. But I do want to say something. And it's a tweet I just sent out, but I see this here, which is Kid Buu. And I just want to be absolutely honest when I say that this is probably just a super celebration. There probably isn't any single villain unit coming as a major standalone unit. At best, we could probably see something wacky with maybe like a kind of like how the Golden Frieza for the TOP Golden Frieza and 17 unit are extreme technically, but if you're a villain fan, expect 0 representation outside of easy A's like this. But that said, this post is interesting because it says that like, so we got GT Goku, Kid Goku, that's 2, Vegito 3, we come over here, Gogeta 4, the Vegeta 5, and then the Gohan 6. As well as a lot of these major easy A's coming, which of course we know the 7 years are easy A'ing, but things like directly doing like this super easy A, or maybe even doing like these super easy A's here. What might be the case is that we see things more in line with like, I don't know, Tapion. I'm kind of imagining that we won't just see them blow the entire gasket. Because even right now we see things like these 2 can't, right? These 2 can't easy A because we already know that this is one of the GTs and this is the other. Things like Namek seems obvious because not only is it a year behind our current year, but there's not really another great place for them. I'm still operating under the assumption that they have to wait to get here by doing the 7 years. So maybe we see Trunks and the androids possibly for the LR. No, we just see one because this is Cell. Maybe we could see Trunks and him, but not or Trunks and the androids, but not an LR Gohan. I think what's so interesting about looking at this list now is just that not that it's the end all be all is this person's list, but just that the possibilities are both endless, but also they can't go too ham because Dokkan's a game that wants to run for a long time. You know, they can't just completely blow the entire budget on doing like the part 2's here, worldwide download celebration here. You know, they come across, they do maybe like Tournament of Power, Hit and Goku here, and then, you know, they're doing this and that, and this is from Super, and they're doing, you know, they come across and maybe they do, what's another Super unit? Kefla, because it's like a unification. Maybe they do Kefla. I would actually assume they would do they would do something like this here, this Golden Frieza, or Angel Frieza. It feels like it's a bit too much, and I think people are going to get pretty wacky with this list here, but do just remember that there is an entire year waiting. There's a year after that, there's a year after that, there's a year after that. And whatever the big grand expectation might end up falling flat if they don't do things like, you know, the part 2s and the part 1s and the worldwide and the etc, etc, etc. What I do think we could get, if we don't end up getting a Gogeta, is hitting this EZA. Remember that this guy has been waiting for a very long time at this point. But yeah, this is just a greater point to say that just be a little careful. Like, I don't even know if we're getting these EZAs, super EZAs. I think what would happen is we get the Gogeta and then we get the Pikkon. And if we get the Pikkon, we probably get the Janemba. But like I said, I think the villain quotient will be very light this year. And, I just don't know how they fit in certain characters. I do not know. That said, this one seems obvious. Carnival Goku, Kid Goku seems obvious. This is the most sus one. It would make sense because Super is their big ticket, right? Super is their big ticket. We don't really know what they're doing after Daima, and Daima is sort of closing on episode 20. That's been revealed. So they do kind of want to keep the option open to continue with Super, continue building hype. It's the next biggest thing in Dragon Ball. But do they commit it to Anniversary? That is the question. Right now, this looks pretty realistic. And if it's not, it's probably the Gohan. But do they have any other Super EZAs to even do? Not really. Not really, actually. I think the second LR is going to be Super. Like, what EZAs do they even put here that are hype enough? Nothing. Maybe we get a standalone Omen Goku or something as well. But I guess they just did that for Tenebata. I don't know. That's gonna do it for now, though. Like if you like the video, subscribe to Gunner's Club. This has been an overreaction to the small bit of information that we have. If I pick anything for Super, we're gonna go back to this. Family and rivals, miraculous power born from the strongest duo. If I pick anything for Super, imagine if this was like a lie. Imagine if strongest duo was a subversion and Goku Black shows up. That'd be crazy. Because, I mean, it is the power of a god. But, yeah. We all gonna make it. Peace.